Hello everybody and welcome to another mini venture. My name is Raven and today we will be checking out the demo for a game called Bladesong. I don't know too much about it. All I know is that we are going to be making a lot of swords. So this is the demo. Early access comes next month, next year, I guess. Yeah, next year. Wishlist, Discord, all that good stuff. These all seem like links to something, which is oh, yep, that's a link. um, but yeah, so we're gonna check it out. So here are the options. Ooh, yep, we're definitely gonna want large because I have bad eyes. Automatically hide blight abilities. Let's sure display hammer timing interface. Why not? Uh, all this looks good. We're playing at max settings. We are going to limit our FPS to 60 because my laptop is not that good. So, the demo is around 3 gigabytes. So I don't know how heavy the demo is on your computer. So we have two modes. We have there is a story mode and a creative mode. Um, the creative mode just lets you create swords to your heart's content, while there actually is a story to this game. So that is what we will be checking out. In cloying darkness you writhe, you cling to life by the tips of your fingers. Something takes shape in the emptiness, contours of flesh tracing along familiar lines, a withered old woman's face floating before you are on. When she speaks, she has a rasping voice of a raven. Hey, that's me. Who are you? A swordsmith? A survivor? A saint? I'm not good at voices, I'm sorry. So I'm not even gonna try. A dying man, a dying woman, a dying soul. So this is just your preferred pronouns, I guess. Addressed as a male, addressed as a female. Gender neutral way, but there is some generic masculine pronouns used. So I am a he, him, much to many people's objections. Dying. Wrong. It is not yet your time. The sundering claimed untold lives, yet you endured when so many around you perished. What did you do to survive? Oh. We have a mercenary, leader, wanderer, slave. I joined a band of sell swords, forging the blades used in our butchery. When the last of them died in battle, it was time for me to start over. Or, if you want to be a leader, we built a settlement at Osterhall. I was their smith and their spokesman. For many years we held out. One by one, I buried them all. Jeez. Very, bleak world we're in, huh? I plied my trade from settlement to settlement, gathering hard-won knowledge about a world that is falling apart. I was too useful to kill. I was traded back and forth as a prize between warlords who kept me chained to a forge. When I saw my chance, I escaped. So this gives you +3 toughness, +3 diplomacy, +3 knowledge, and +3 finesse. And they all come with their own dialogue options. Let's be a vagabond. I guess we're not really a warrior. A wanderer. The cold hand touches your brow. Water cools your burning throat. You kept something through all your hardships, a keepsake from a better time. What is it? So we have an artisan's toolkit, a family heirloom, and a bottle of rare old world spirit. For creative playstyle, grants a bundle of leathers and pigments for more creative freedom early on. For a story-focused playstyle, grants a unique family heirloom passed down through prior generations of your lineage. Or for optimization-focused playstyle, grants a bottle of precious liquor to boost your progress. Interesting. Well, I am a story person, hence the venture in adventures. But everyone calls me Raven. The fire is burning itself out, leaving you a damp shadow of your old self. You claw blindly in the darkness until more water is tipped down your throat. What do you believe in now the voices have abandoned this world? Ambition, humanity can rise above the voices if we learn their secrets. Continuity, I believe in small things. Bread rising, seasons turning, children growing. Freedom, We're better off without the voices. Humans can adapt to anything. Compassion, every small kindness is an act of defiance in a world without pity or nothing. Nothing matters anymore. There's a peace in accepting that. Well, we are a wandering bladesmith who holds on to a family heirloom, so we can't believe in nothing. I think, story's sake, it should either be continuity or compassion. We'll go continuity. Ah, yes, the miracle of bread. Do you think these things can endure what's coming? The last child will die a hungry death as the last winter stretches eternal. I will leave you with one final question, and I don't expect an answer. What will fill the silence the voices left behind? As the old woman's face retreats into the inky blackness, sparks flicker into life behind her one by one, a field of stars burning with a sickly pale light. Like seeds taking root, they twist and expand, their tendrils branching and burrowing through the darkness until they've strangled it with light. Now wake, Smith, you still have a part to play in humanity's final act. A new day has dawned. Very ominous. I thought this was just like a blacksmith simulator game. Your eyes flutter as you regain consciousness. You feel surprised to find yourself alive. Either death did not come for you, or when it did, it found you unyielding. Awaken. Oh. Is it this kind of game where it's like, you know, I forget what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. You sit up gasping, sweat drenched, the fever has broken. Let's get our bearings. You're in a tent. There is no sign of your caretaker, apart from a half-empty water pail and a damp cloth on your brow. You peek out of the tent flap, squinting against the sunlight. Outside, as far as the eye can see, stretches a chaotic sprawl of tents and shelters, churned mud and shallow graves. Most of your rations are gone. Your horse was already dying when the fever took you. Its body is nowhere to be seen. By now it's likely soup. You're on your own. Oh, I guess that choice didn't really matter. A lifetime on the road, selling your wares, sleeping under trees, learning the secrets of the world. Every year it got harder. Landmarks vanished, bridges collapsed, outposts fell to ruin. At last you were forced to seek sanctuary. It was a long journey to Aaron Keep, through dust and despair. Your last memories are sliding from your dying horse, your numb legs tracking furrows in the mud as someone dragged you to shelter. But who? Outside the tent is a crude field forge, complete with an anvil. Did you crawl here in a daze, or did your mysterious caretaker bring you here? Either way, the anvil gives you a feeling of home. Assess the field forge condition. It seems to have been abandoned for some time, lacking anyone with the skill to work it, but it won't require much effort to get it running again. Or do you need to make a living out here? Hopefully it won't come to that. First you should head to the gates and try to secure entry to Aaron Keep. That's why you came here, after all. Alright. Thank you for playing the Bladesong demo. This short tutorial will teach you all you need to know. Please follow closely. I shall. Welcome to Camp Swordsmith. People will come to you with commissions. You choose which commissions to take on. Commissions refresh daily. Select the highlighted button to choose your first commission. So we have $0, 22 steel, 15 wood, no leather, and 3 action points. There is our 3 knowledge. Receive skill tree. We can. Ooh, that's a lot of skills. Okay. It won't let me exploit that. And then we can, let's see. Continue, say, okay. What's this? Here is our chest. Swordsmith's companion. So that just tells us what we can craft. There's our family heirloom. A sophisticated bronze brooch passed down through your family line for untold generations. It's the only thing you have from before the Sundering. You've never been able to translate the inscription around the edge. And then there's our wood and steel. Oh, we can just end. Oh, no, we can't end it. Alright. Owen wants a sword. When you accept the commission, you prepare a billet for your sword. Preparing this billet costs action points. Action points replenish daily. Repairing the billet also costs steel. Okay, so we have 3 action points and 22 steel. This cost 11 steel and 1 action point. Your first customer is a gaunt man in a tattered cloak. Gaunt? In a tattered cloak, he approaches you, noticing the anvil outside your tent. Are you a blacksmith? Can you make a sword? I've got the coin for it, just make sure it's good and long. I don't like my enemies to be in a hugging distance, if you get my meaning. So we accept it. There goes our steel and action points. Forge. Rotate the camera with the right mouse button, like so. Move the camera with the middle mouse button to zoom in and out. It won't let me move the camera, but we can zoom in and out. Okay. Add an ability to start shaping the blade. So, no requirement on the weight, no requirement on the balance, between 30 and 50% on the length. It must have, oh, no requirement on any of these things. Okay. So, add an ability to shape the blade. Can't do that. Click to name your sword. What do we do? Toggle environment, toggle lighting. I need a hammer. Oh. That's what space does. Press space to zoom in to here. Press it again to show you why. Maybe because I haven't moved the camera yet, but it won't let me. Oh, that's nice. Customers have different requirements in which your sword must fulfill. The top left panel shows your progress towards commission requirements. Hover the cursor over the blade length to see helpful details. Yes, yes, yes. 38, 58%. Let's start by shaping the blade. Yes. So we want to change the length. You can apply light or heavy hammer hits to alter your blade. Let's start with the light hit. Click on the steel billet to hammer and lengthen it. In order to make larger changes to your blade, you can build up strength with heavy hits. Click on the hammers at its highest position for heavy hit. Okay, so the little line in the middle of that bar is the heavy hit. How long are we at now? We're at 27%. Let's move the camera so we can actually see what we're doing. Now the blade requirement is met. Let's flatten the blade. Click the plus to add change thickness ability. Feel free to use light or heavy hits as you please. Hold shift for even lighter hammer hits. So I guess if you're super detail oriented. Do we have to do like even hits, or is it all just... No, it's not. Let's make the blade wider using the change width ability. Okay. Hammer, a point in the sword. Usually customers won't accept a sword without a point. I wish I could move the camera. But it won't let me get closer. I guess we can do like right here. All right. Oh, but what's all this now? The cross-section ability makes your blade sharp. Let's add it. Okay. The ability has two steps. First, you need to give the blade a sharp edge. Watch the cross-section display on the top right to get a better understanding of what's changing the hammer until the blue line on the blade turns orange. Great, your blade is complete. Can we see the difference now? Actually, yeah, we can a little bit. That's pretty cool. Great, your blade is complete. Click the hilt mode button to start working on the hilt. Oh, that's what this button does. Alright. In hilt mode, you have access to a library of sword parts to complete your sword. Select a guard from the library, then attach it to the slot of your sword. So we have sellsword, square cross, and a suba. I'm guessing that's like a katana. Well, this guy is just using this for like basic self-defense. So so that just clicks into place. In hilt mode, attaching parts costs resources. Keep it on the resource panel to see how much you're spending. Add a grip part next. Oh, okay. So this is all wood. Let's add an oval. No. We're gonna go basic as basic for this guy. Your customer requires a two-handed sword, so your grip section needs to be long enough. Attach a second grip part to the first. So what if we did that? Does that look good? We did that. That's better. That's more of a simple two-grip sword. While holding the sword part, you can cycle through them using Q and E. Oh. Oh, that's kind of nice. We're gonna give this guy a simple ass pommel. He doesn't need anything fancy. You can touch sword parts again by clicking on them. You'll get your resources back, so feel free to experiment. When you're happy with your two-handed hilt, let's make some final adjustments. Alright. Can I do like that? Oh, can I do like that to that? Yes, I can. We can make it darker. We only have one steel type. We're gonna make this a low polish level. Anything else in it? I don't think so. Oh, I can make... Oh, you can change the material. Okay. So we can have... We can just do like a full steel hilt then. But I guess we lose resource. Yeah, dude. I kind of like having the idea of a steel hilt. Alright. So we can make final adjustments to the blade now. In ability history shows all the abilities that have been used on the blade. You can use this to revisit abilities or edit and delete them. The number next to applied ability shows its intensity, so it's 100% on the length, thickness 74, width 75, point 66, and then cross section 100. Editing ability says no cost. Feel free to experiment. Select the change with ability you added to the roll. Okay. Press X to flip the direction of your hammer, then hammer to narrow the blade. What did that do? Oh, so this okay, so that makes it narrower, and then this side makes it wider. Okay. I getcha. Let's offer it to Owen. The man takes the sword and jabs it at his shadow experimentally. A slow grin crosses his face. This should do the trick. Thank you, Smith. Here's your payment. And then we get 50 XP and 40 thalers. Why do we not accept it? Maybe if we weren't happy with the sword. Congratulations on finishing your first sword. Another customer awaits. Landon. The world is already spreading Word is already spreading around camp about the new smith. Your next customer is a worry-looking man with a bald pate. I don't know that word. His hollow eyes darting back and forth. I heard you came down with a wasting fever. Lucky to be alive you are. Anyway, can you modify the sword for me? I scavenged it from the ruins, but it hasn't gotten enough of a point to it. I want something I can stab into a thief's belly if I need to. He hands you a sword with a sharp edge but a rounded tip. As you hold it up to the light, he leans forward. Conspirator. That word. I've only had this blade 3 days, and I felt people's jealous eyes upon it. If they come forward in the night, I want to be able to give him a short, sharp stab. Okay, so since he's providing his own sword already, it doesn't cost us any steel, which is actually kind of cool. The customer wants his sword altered. The rounded point needs to be turned into a narrow point. Revisit the point ability to reforge it. Okay, so we go boop, here. You change the range of many abilities. The range influenced by ability is marked with a line. Drag the circular handle at the end of the line. Hammer to apply your change. Okay. Can I I see it? Kind of. Am I doing it? Or do we need to reverse it? I can't tell if we're doing anything. I can't tell if I'm doing it. Oh! There we go. I think. Yeah, okay. I kind of figured it out. I just kind of sharpened the entire right side of it. But it meets the requirements, and as much as I'd like to be, I will not let myself be a perfectionist. The man takes the sword and tests the point, smiling at the bead of blood that wells in his fingertip, and he stows it away, glancing around the camp as he does so. Folks out here will take everything from you if you ain't vigilant. Keep a keen eye out, Smith. He squares away, his back hunched as though against a non-existent downpour. So we get $15 and a set of old tools. Along with 80 XP, of course. You just received a scrap item. Go to your inventory to inspect what you received. Salvaging turns scrap items into useful resources. Costs a small amount of action points, so it's a perfect use of leftover points at the end of the day. Hover over items, see descriptions, interact with them to salvage it. So, resting only good for salvage. What do we get from it? Oh, we got 10 steel. Nice. When your action points are spent, it's time to end the day. If you end the day with any action points left, they will be lost, so try to use up whatever you can. Noted. End day. We have to pay rent. Even at the end of the world, capitalism still persists. Which is why we are at the end of the world. So here's Aaron Keep. Oh. Click? Yes. Passage into Aaron Keep is barred by a colossal gate, taller than a ship's mast. It was built to withstand enemy armies, but since the Masked King's ascension, it mainly keeps out the desperate masses seeking his protection. Approach the gate and examine the magical barrier. Sure. It is only visible in the half-light of dawn or when it pours with rain, a faint shimmer that rises from the walls and captures Aaron Keep in a vast dome. Knowledge. Failure. Darn. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, but the Masked King is somehow the key to its power. The barrier is why so many travel so far to camp outside these walls. This is the reason you came here, braving countless dangers. The barrier keeps the dangers of the wastelands at bay. As you approach, the portcullis rises to admit a caravan, and chaos breaks out. The crowd swells like a rising tide. Refugees push forth, begging for entry, and the guards batter them back with their shield. The merchant wagons barrel through their drivers using horsewhips to lash stragglers out of the way. Call for attention. The guards sneak through with the wagons. We're a wanderer. Let's try to sneak through. You don't get far before a guard grabs you by the shoulder and flings you down in the churned mud. Not on my watch. He gazes down at you like a fisherman disappointed with his catch. I have coin. If you could just stand aside, sir. What good is your coin if the Masked King has me drawn and quartered as an example to others? If you ain't a citizen, you don't have a worker's permit, then I can't let you through. Simple. Now get out of here, applicant. Applicant. That's the euphemism the guards use to refer to the desperate hordes camping at their gate. It has a nicer ring, if you suppose, than refugee. I did not say that part right, but we don't care. Please, I've traveled a long way to survive the journey, and you keep your useful skills. Yeah, I'm a blacksmith. Every applicant who comes here begging is a doctor or a master glassmaker or a damned alchemist. You think I was born yesterday? If you're a smith, prove it. I can show you a sword I made. And how am I supposed to know you're telling me the truth? I've got a sword too, doesn't make me a smith. Buzz off, little fly. That voice hurts my throat. See, this is why I don't do voices. Head back to your tent. You return to your tent where your makeshift forge awaits. You're hardly at your best, working with such limited materials. But it's all you have for the time being. It won't be long. It won't be long before your cache of steel runs out. Since it seems you're going to be here longer than expected, you should make it a priority to find a merchant in this forsaken place. A new day has dawned. Nicely done. You finished the tutorial. From today on, you'll have more action points to spend. You won't be able to complete every commission, so pick the ones you like the sound of. The game will open up from here. Don't be afraid to explore. Here are a few resources to get you started. I read that as we finished the demo, but that is not what it said. Okay, so they gave us a lot of wood and a lot of steel. We have 0 skill points available, but I would like to look at the room if possible. So what do we have today? Milo, Roman, Isolde, Willem, Mason, and Henris. This one doesn't cost any steel. Let's do Henris. A desperate-looking man shuffles forward, unwrapping a battered blade from a dirty cloth. I haven't taken proper care of this. Been too focused on just surviving. Could you fix it? Sure. Okay. So, no requirement except for sharpness. And it seems like everything else is fine. Cross-section. No, not cross-section. Point? No. Oh, we can't. Let's make it a little bit thinner. Right, because sharpening is going to take some of the metal off. We don't need to change the thickness, we don't need to change the length. Let's fix the point. That's pretty good. Alright. Yeah, look at that. And then we just need to sharpen it at the cross section. Alright. Is that both sides? I think that's both sides. Yep. Let's just finish the point. We'll blend it. Actually, yeah, I like where it is. Alright. Then we do this cross section. Sharpen that to 100%. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, it's looking real good. I wish I could like change the hilt, but oh yeah, that's looking real good. Check that out. Can I change? Can I give him a new guard? Give him a new guard. I wish I could make it thicker for him. And we'll give him a new... Oh, I can't give him a new handle. Alright. Let's offer the Henris. He examines a repaired weapon with amazement, running his fingers along the restored metal. It's like you brought it back from the dead. I owe you, Smith. Oh yeah, that's why you pay us. Alright, what's next? I like the name oh, that costs 5. Never mind. Better pretending. Oh, but these give us old tools, broken cartwheel. These people give us shit. We get a new book for that one. We get some leather and a drum. This one gives us gold? And why would you want to give us heavy shackles, huh? Well, we have 7. And I kind of want that book. So we're going to do this one. A woman stands at your anvil, her eyes scanning the horizon. She flinches as you approach her. I hear it at night, you know, circling, screeching, getting closer. Refer to continue. The others say I'm mad that we left that thing back in the waste, but they didn't see what I did to my brother, the way it looked at me as it tore him limb from limb. It didn't hunt like an animal. It watched me, enjoyed my fear. I'm sure it followed me all this way. It sounds like, yeah, we're a salesman. Sounds like a good blade at your side could come in handy. I don't know what a sword can do against something like that, but I figure having a sword is better than having nothing at all. You're right. Let's forge. Let's see the requirements. She wants a shorter sword. Just a shorter sword with no requirement on anything except for its stiffness. Material wood. At least 3 one-handed. Keep the point blunt. Alright. Let's start hammering away. What did she want it? 27 and 47, so we'll give her an even 35. $31, $33, $35. Perfect. Alright, what else does she want? She wants wood and stuff. Let's level this out. It's not meant for stabbing, so we can give her a fat sword. Yeah, let's give her a fat sword. We'll make it a little thicker. Yeah, we're gonna give her. We're essentially just gonna give her a baseball bat. Just a fat baseball bat. No, go away. We're gonna give her a cricket bat. And then no point. She wants it rounded. So let's make this short as heck. I wish I could move the camera, but it won't let me. Is that enough of... Yeah, blunt point, yeah, that's enough. I kind of want to be a little bit more rounder. Okay, not that round, jeez. And what was it? What was it? It was hold shift. Yeah, that's what I want. That's perfect. No, it's not. Shh, darn it. That's perfect right there. That's exactly how I want it. I wish I could change the thickness of it though, so it doesn't like flatten at the end, but I don't think there's much we can do there. Cross section. We're only gonna sharpen the first part of this. That looks so silly. Let's sharpen all of it and then take it all down a little bit, because this woman doesn't want a sword. I did too much, didn't I? Yes, I did. There we go. That's what she wants. Alright. What's next? We need wood and... oh, we need to make the hilt. That's it. Okay. So, we'll give her a simple wooden handle with a simple pommel. Material wood. 2.9. Can I make the blade wood? No. Oh, we need a different pommel to get the requirement. Oh shit. How do I... you can turn that into wood. So we met that requirement, but we need to change the hilt so that blends better. What is it? Q and E? Yeah. That kind of blends, doesn't it? You just make it the same color. Oh, it doesn't. I wish I could change the thickness of it. That doesn't meet the requirements. That does, though. Oh, by the way, the Q in E doesn't switch between the categories. It switches between everything. So we need something that's a little bit thicker at the base, but it's also for a woman, so it has to have some contour to it. The hilts just don't really blend together. Like, that doesn't blend with anything. It just doesn't work. Well, what if we do that, and they give it... oh, shit. And then give it the plain hilt. Right, plain Jane. But we still need more wood. So we give it a basic-ass wooden guard. Yeah, that meets the requirements. Here we go. And we'll just polish the heck out of it. Can't really tell what the polish level does. So that meets all our requirements, and we'll offer. Offer. Blade is not sharp. There is no sharpness. Fine. Guess we can't give her a baseball bat. She weighs the blade in her hand. The balance is perfect. When it comes, I won't hesitate. Not like before. Not like when I ran and when I left him. She pauses. The pause lengthens until it becomes clear she won't speak again. You know, a sword can only do so much if you don't know quality craftsmanship. That it'll see a beast off. Sure. I heard it again last night, closer than ever. Let it come. I'm not scared. I hope we did a good thing for her. You have earned a skill point. Open the skill tree to spend it on improvements. Level 2. Unlocks profile taper to make blades taper in width. Unlocks distal taper to make blades taper in thickness. That's the only thing we can take. Allows you to forge asymmetrical blades. Allows you to scale sword parts. Ooh, that's kind of what we want, doesn't it? Unlocks advanced cross-section controls. And it'll let us know what that does. Okay. We have 2 more skill points, so we could do Stylo's Request. And then we got this book, which gives us risers and ferules. Yeah. These parts are for creative decoration. Your customers are not going to ask for them. Okay. Well, we still have 2 skill points, so let's do this. A scared woman dumps a scarred or scared? A scarred woman dumps a damaged weapon on your anvil with a loud clang. Look at this useless piece of dross. I'm fed up with pretending this thing can kill a man. Think you can get it back into working order? I do. Ooh. Nice. So the only requirement they have for us is to sharpen it. So let's sharpen it. I don't know if I'm doing good. I don't know how to sharpen these things. Did I do something wrong? I might have. Taper thickness. Oh, I was doing the wrong thing. So that's all was required of us, I believe. Can I do anything? Oh, we kind of took the taper out, didn't we? Oh, I did the wrong thing. What is it? Is it this? Oh, I messed up the folder. That's what I did. Oops, didn't mean to do that. This middle part is what I messed up. Well, I guess that's all we need to do. Can I do anything here? Can I put a ferule on? No, she already has one. Alright, we're not gonna do anything. She has the weapon with satisfaction testing its balance. Good as new, maybe better. Why, I bet it could slice the lids from a man's eyes before he can blink. Cheers, Smith. My enemies will lament your name. You may gain 15 gold, or thalers. And we could do one more, because we don't have anything to salvage. A woman shuffles forward, her eyes red-rimmed and haunted. She has a sword in her hand that's clearly seen years of neglect. My husband passed away a few days ago. This was his blade. I told him it needed maintenance, but he insisted it was fine. What do you think, Smith? Drop the carrot. Your husband should know better. Where's all this? We'll disagree. Could you fix up for me? Now that I'm alone, I'd like to have a weapon I can rely on. Sure. So our own... Oh, a katana. Or not a katana. I don't know what it's called. But you know what I meant. Alright. So our only requirement is to sharpen it. I kind of want to not do anything to it. Cross section. We're gonna make it gold lid. Is there any way I can put an edge on the other side and make it a double-edged sword? Let's turn that off. Cross section. Huh. I would just delete that. Anything we can do for the hilt? What is it? We can just polish it, I guess. I'm not gonna mess with it. She traces the restored blade with trembling fingers, tears in her eyes. This is so much better, even to my untrained eye. It was barely worth carrying before, was it? Thank you, Smith. You're welcome. Alright, we are out of action points and we have no skills, so let us end the day. Day 2 has ended. We gained 100 and something. We gained money. So let's go to the camp. Nothing will change at the gate. Outside the walls of Aaron Keep, desperate souls gather in makeshift tents, pleading for entry. Introduce yourself to the neighbors. The tents near you are mostly occupied by unfriendly, suspicious folk. They spit on the ground when you approach and ward you off with threatening gestures. She's a woman. There's one exception, however, a young woman who actually smiles as you approach, though her eyes are haunted and hollow set. Glad to see you're feeling better. You were on death's door for a while there. I'm sorry, have we met? Well, no, you weren't exactly conscious. I dragged you to safety after you fell off your horse. Let's thank her. No problem. The old woman did most of the work nursing you back to health. I checked in now and then, but she told me you were still recovering. Where is she anyway? I haven't seen her in days. She was gone when I woke up. Don't know who she is. She had me over to her summer. No idea that good. Strange. I assumed she was a relative of yours. Must have just been a kind-hearted old soul. Count your blessings. There's not many of those around in this camp. Lovely neighborhood, isn't it? He snorts a half-hearted laugh. Named Shev, short for Shivana, but only my mother calls me that, and she's been dead for 10 years. Well, that's a lot to unpack there. She's painfully thin and covered in grime, much like everyone else in the camp. She's the first person you've seen smile, though. I don't know, she's kind of got like a nice fancy cloak on. What do you imagine goes on in Aaron Keep? I'm starting to forget what civilization used to look like. As long as it's better than here, I don't care. Aaron Keep, everyone eats like an emperor and the streets are paved with beer. No. It's safer than a masculine except for its people. It's somewhere you can set up shop, build a real business, not just scrape by. Yeah, this. I hear that. She lapses into silence. Somewhere in the distance, a scream rings out. You both try to ignore it. Do you know anyone some materials I could use for my forge? Yes. I heard someone say there's a scrap peddler in this Lost City selling all sorts of things. Be careful if you go to Lost City, though. The place gives me shivers. I think the hunger does that as well. Before you leave, Chev grabs your arm. There's a wild desperation in her eyes. I've been stuck out here for weeks, and not everyone in camp is as friendly as you. Not sure how much longer I can last. Can you do me a favor? If you get into Aaron Keep before me, find a fellow named Lucas Borinoa? Boriona, sorry, I put an extra N there. He's my uncle. If he knew I was out here, he'd help me, I'm sure of it. Before you yeah, she paid us a kindness with dragging us off our horse. We can return this one here. Thank you. She rubs her eyes. Look at me, getting my hopes up. Lucas Boriona. Remember the name. Chev lifts her hand in farewell as you walk away from her tent. Her smile is as fragile as porcelain. Scavenger food. Look around the camp. Scavenger food. The tragedy of the applicant's camp is indescribable. So is the smell. There are no sewers out here, and not everyone bothers to go out to the outskirts to use latrines. Tucked away from the squalor, you find a pocket where desperation hasn't completely taken hold. Children are playing in the mud. A few scrawny chickens peck at the ground, miraculously uneaten. As you pick your way through, wary eyes track your movements from the tent flaps, someone calling out to alert the neighbors of the presence of a newcomer. At the center of this little commune, you find a family crouched around a huge cooking pot, shimmering with meats and scrounged vegetables. A little girl tosses a handful of wild herbs into the stew. Your mouth waters. Let's approach. A father and mother gaggle at children, a grandmother with a face like an ancient apple, even a dog rolling on its back in the dirt, tongue waggling. They're rough-looking sorts, filthy and gaunt, but you're not exactly presentable yourself these days. As you get closer, the man twitches aside his cloak to reveal a heavy wooden club. His wife hand darts to a dagger in her belt. The dog snarls, hackles raise, and they all look at you carefully, awaiting your next move. I feel like we shouldn't try to pet the dog because his hackles are raised. I feel like we shouldn't threaten them because they all seem ready to fight. Let's introduce ourselves. Ho there, stranger. Name's Bennett Maunder. This here's my wife, Trian, and her ma, Gita. I can take you through the names of the nippers too if you like, but I get them mixed up myself. The young woman smiles wanly, withdrawing her hand from the dagger's hilt. The old woman just nods, her expression lost in a mass of wrinkles. The children cluster behind their father, peeping at you and giggling. And this mutt's name is... Don't ask me to do this. It's like 2 a.m. right now. He's a good boy, keeps the vultures away. With the word vultures, Bennett's expression darkens. The dog sneezes disdainfully. Pleasure to... I feel like we shouldn't pet the dog. Obviously we know what vultures means. This just means vultures. Let's not fuck around so we don't have to find out. Away from the riders' atmosphere, the camp research itself. Unfriendly glares, distant sobbing. You draw your coat close around yourself and hurry back to your tent. Let's just go back. You climb into your bedroll, massaging your swollen joints and trying to ignore the rumblings in your belly. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. A new day has dawned. You know, it kind of makes sense as there's no real option to, like, buy food. Because we have the money. A few hours past midnight, you're awoken by a soft silken hiss. A blade slices the fabric through the fabric of your tent. The fabric falls away to reveal a pair of gleaming eyes, a crescent of yellow teeth, a gaunt figure with a knife in his hand. He steps carefully into your tent, apparently thinking you asleep. Behind him are the dim shapes of other men. Each night you bury your tools and your coin in a new location. There's not much in the tent they can steal, but they don't look like the types who would be happy to don't find anything worthwhile. Don't take one more step. The man freezes, his grin widening. Oh, awake, is your? Might be easier this way. Hand over your coins, food, anything you got. His companions enter the tent behind him, 3 more men, all rail-thin and desperate. Their leader takes a menacing step closer. I have nothing more to say to you want to somewhere. You picked the wrong tent. I make sword. Do you think I can do it? I have nothing more to say. Nice try. We know you're a blacksmith. You've got money somewhere. He nods to his companion to begin rummaging through your meager possessions. They don't have any luck. Your coins and tools are buried beyond their reach. Where's your stuff? Tell us or I cut your throat. Stop waving that toothpick in my face. You think you scare me, you scrawny runt? I mean, it's a 50% chance. Wait, I can rob you more bad. Let's find I'll show you why. Let's threaten him. Damn. The thief laughs, waving his dagger in your face. Try me, Smith. Doesn't matter how tough you are when you've got a knife in your guts. The thief strikes you across the face with the back of his hand, hard enough to rattle your skull. Liar, I ain't stupid. You buried it, haven't you? I'm telling the truth. I was robbed blind as soon as I arrived here. I have nothing. Wait, I can have you something reliable art. Buried it. I'll show you. We're not showing him where. Diplomacy check. The thief snorts in disbelief. Damn it. Failing all these skill checks. I know when you're lying, Smith. I can smell it a mile off. If you don't tell me the truth, I'm going to start getting unreasonable, understand? The thief pauses, eyeing you uncertainly. What do you mean? Just give me a few days, I can equip you with much more fearsome blade than that rusty butter knife. The man strokes his chin, his eyes gleaming with imagined power. Here's a counteroffer. We steal your stuff anyway, then you make us a sword, or we kill you. If you steal my stuff, he won't be able to help you. Imagine a sword perfectly balanced, razor sharp, winter garments, and you will be king of this camp. How could you trust I wouldn't add some small flaw in the blade, something to make it shadow if possible. Forget I said anything bad idea. Got it all figured out, don't you, Smith? Fine. Start making me this blade, and if I'm not happy with it, I'll cut your throat from year to year. I managed to ensure that these, by offering to equip their leader with the new sword, I have a few days' grace in which to forge the blade, or perhaps I could use this time to find a way to protect myself from him. The thieves muffle away into the night, leaving you alone in your sliced open tent. It'll require a few hours of stitching to repair, but you're too tired to attempt it now. You manage a few more hours of fitful sleep before dawn breaks. Alright, dawn of the due day. We have 45 steel, 26 wood, and 8 action points. Thief. We get 2 sets of old tools. This requires 13 steel, but we gain the leather and another book and a mystery reward. Ew. This one will give us wood and some scrap, wood, and scrap wood. I'm assuming broken cargoes is scrap wood. I want this mystery reward. A hunchman shuffles toward your anvil, his hands black with dirt and a shovel strapped across his back. He's as short as a child, but wide as a barrel, and he stinks of soil. I need a sword, Why do you need a blade? There's a small debt about you. Are you the gravedigger? What kind of sword are you after? Something that'll make him think twice about bothering me. He's bigger than me, and a good blade evens the odds, don't it? I'm not looking for trouble, I just want to be left alone to do my work in peace. We'll take it. Wants a long sword. Are you sure? No requirement on the weight and balance. Wants how hard the sword hits. It's sort of, it's heavy and has a lot of mass near the point. Okay, so he wants a blunt sword, one-handed, narrow point. Oh, not a blunt sword. Okay. 2 sets of material, a wood, and a sharp, pointy sword, basically. Got it. A one-handed longsword. So let's add some mass to it. Where are we at? Only at 27, damn. What's this? Intensity, oh. Where are we at now? 43, damn. We're gonna give this guy a giant sword. We're gonna get right up to 71. So we need to hold shift. Am I not doing anything? I'm not doing anything. That's as long as it can be. Okay. I guess we haven't learned how to make it any longer yet. So it has a good impact. We just need to sharpen it and give it a handle. Alright. So let's flatten it out. Let's widen it a little bit. That's all it needs. Give it a point. Actually, we're gonna give it a stubby point. Like that. Alright. else do we need? Handle, and then we need to sharpen it. Make it thin and pointy for some reason. Oh shit, we don't want to mess with the impact. Alright. And then the cross section. Basically giving him a needle. How is this not sharp? It's as sharp as it can get. What did I mess up here? Is it too thin? Maybe I made it too thin. I made it too thin. So, what if we... Oh, no. Change width. Oh, what if we delete this part? And then we make it flat. So confused about what this guy wants. Does he just want Guts' sword? We're getting closer? I mean, technically we are. Is it too long? Maybe it's just too long. No. What am I missing? How is it not sharp enough? What did I mess up? Let's flatten it out. And then let's make it wide. And then let's give it a edge. Almost. Does it need to be thinner? Oh, it needed to be thinner. Okay. That's where it went wrong. Well, at least we figured that out. And then let's give it... Oh, does this guy need a hilt? Probably. Let's give him a Subasa. Oh, he wants a point. It's not really pointy. Oh, there it goes. Oh, but we lost some impact. That's weird. But it works. Okay. Let's work on the guard. Maybe not one of those. And then we'll do that. Wants a one-handed sword. What's a riser? I don't know what a riser's for. Yeah, I don't really know what a riser's for. But we'll just go in order. Give it an oval grip. Use the mid riser. I don't know what a full rule is. I don't know what any of this stuff is. And then a plain handle. No. That's right. Okay, how are we gonna change this point? So we have a narrow point, but we lost impact. So we need to make it thicker. Perfect. Perfect. He takes the blade in his dirt-blackened hands, immediately testing its sharpness against his thumb. A thin line of blood trickles through the grime, and he grins with satisfaction. Now let that bastard come and test me. I'll split them down the middle and bury the pieces in the midden pile. Colorful imagery made you feel more speculative of trouble. Good luck out there. We're not in the business of bad-mouthing our clients. I and you, Smith, if I end up burying you, I promise I'll put you somewhere nice. Maybe near a tree. Oh, that's nice. I want to know what this mystery reward is. You know me? Oh, and we're level 3. Oh, we got saddle brown pigment. Never runs out once obtained. Nice. Then we got some leather. I want to make asymmetrical blades. Alright, I have 2 action points left. So let's do a repair job. So this guy just needs a sharpening. There you go. He grins as he takes the weapon, swinging it experimentally through the air. Wow, this is going to come in handy. Thank you, Smith. Yeah, that was just a repair job. Yeah, we've already done this one though. But it's just a sharpening job. And then another one. There you go. Destroy the craftsmanship of it, but it's sharp. Alright, let's save. And let's go to main menu. Before we go, I want to check out the creative mode really quickly, because we're all about the showcase. Demo version, view only. I just want to view. So this is just like examples of stuff that you could do. Okay. Leave. I want to make my own. Alright. Where's the anvil? Anyway. Oh, look at all those options that we can't mess with because it's a demo. Oh, there's no hammer, that's why. It can be as long or as short as we want it to be. We can do that. And then we go thickness. Oh. Okay. Can I just like set the percentage myself? No. Yeah, zoom in here. Really see how thick we want it. Whoa. What am I doing there? That's crazy. We'll do there. That's actually kind of crazy. So we can do that. Can I, like, shorten that? No, I can't. Whoa, how did I do that? What did I do there? Oh, you're gonna have so much freedom in this game. Okay. I just want to do something basic because I'm not a creative person. If I let myself, I will become a perfectionist. Change width. What does this do? Nothing. That doesn't do anything. And then you can choose your sharpness. Oh my goodness. What is all this? Oh my goodness. I feel like if you're really good with like 3D animation, you're gonna love this. And I am not at all. How do you curve it? Oh, like that. Okay. I can make a chakram. Low-key perfect curve there. Oh my goodness. What else can you do? You can give it a fuller if you want. Or just go over what all the stuff we can do. We can polish it if we wanted to. Let's take a look at the hilts. Available in the full game. Ring sweeps and loops. You can have a knuckle guard. Caps. I don't know much about swords. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Like, what's the difference between an end cap and a pommel? You got some peens? You want a peen? Attachments. Bolts, nails, chains. Got some ferrules, and you can engrave it. Colors, leathers, structured leathers, wood, artisan materials, enchanted materials. You can chain. Oh my goodness! Look at this. Cow leather on wood. So, silver, gold, steel, enchanted, obsidian, rope wrap, wire wrap, pine wood, plain poplar wood, ribbed lamb leather on wood, cow leather on wood. That's crazy. So yeah, a lot of options in this game. How do I exit menu? Well, that was Bladesong. Early access coming January 22nd, 2026. The demo is playable on Steam if you want to do it for yourself. I don't know how much of the story is there, but I feel like we've been here for a while. I've not been keeping track of the time. I really should. It is, what time is it right now? It is almost 3 a.m., so if Raven seems weird today, that is why. Anyway, this has been Bladesong. I have been Raven, and I will see you all in the next mini venture. Goodbye.